The Atlanta Falcons at New Orleans Saints. I mean, talking to a few Canadians, we all pronounce it Falcons. It's a Canadian thing. And I apologize because I'm now Costa Rican. I'll wipe it from my vocabulary. Open Saints -14, now -13. Total open at 59.5. There are still some 59.5s, mostly 60s. I took the over 59.5 on my Thanksgiving Day parlay. The Saints are on an enormous roll right now that may end up in a Super Bowl parade. They just beat the Super Bowl champs 48-7. Breeze threw 4 more TDs. This team is rolling. On short weeks, it's very hard for defenses to prepare. I have a question for you, Donnie, and I've got a little bit more to say after this question. But one, is the Falcons offense better than the Eagles offense? Right now, at this exact moment, I'm hoping that they are. I'm expecting that they are. Matt Ryan can put up points. The offense didn't look good at home against the Cowboys, but we talked about the magic Marinelli's doing with that defense. Ryan went 24 for 34, 291 yards, 1 TD, 1 pick. They only picked up 80 yards on the ground. But Julio Jones has been a Saints killer in his career. I'm hoping he steps up again. I am taking the over 59.5 on my parlay, and I can't wait to hear your breakdown of this Falcons-Saints matchup, Donnie.
Yeah, this is a tough one because you're looking at a pedigree type team with Atlanta. I mean, they are banged up and really injured, but they can get after it. And if they get hot, the Julio Jones award, you already saw this game played a couple weeks back earlier in the season. I was on the Saints in that game +2.5 and needed a last-minute touchdown and a game going to overtime, which the Saints ended up pulling out in that football game. And I think the Saints, as the year going on, Jimmy, have actually gotten better as they've opened up their playbook and added all those new wrinkles. Because if you remember the first 4 games of the season, it was the Alvin Kamara show, which now you can spell him and give him a little bit of break. And Mark Ingram's been fantastic so far since the time he's come back out of the suspension. Now you're looking at, again, a road team going on the road at home. You're going into that Devils environment. This is a team right now with their pedal to the metal, the New Orleans Saints, because they can smell it right now. You need to stay ahead of the Rams. You need to get the Rams down in that dome. You don't want to go outdoors and play the Rams out in Los Angeles. That throws everything into a little bit of a lurch. And I think the best overall team right now in the NFL is the New Orleans Saints. But you're looking at it, Jimmy. This is a division game, almost at 2 touchdowns. You know there's going to be a big overreaction. The Eagles were pathetic in that game versus the Saints. They have no secondary whatsoever, and their offense is just completely jumbled right now, which I don't think Atlanta's going to have that problem because, Atlanta's used to loud noises. Atlanta's used to being a dome team. They are a dome team. They know this team. They played this team, and you could argue should have already beaten this team on their home turf. But, you're not getting the reserves back. You're still going to be loose. And how do you beat this Atlanta Falcons team that we've been talking to, Jimmy? Put on an aerial assault, which Drew Brees can do with Michael Thomas in this type of football game. Be interesting to see some of the inactives coming off of that game versus the Atlanta Falcons if they can get anybody out. Deion Jones at linebacker would go a long way. But again, it's a Thursday. It's a short week. I don't think he's going to be ready for this one. I mean, I probably won't be on it either way, but boy, oh boy. I mean, I know the Saints are good, but are we laying 13.5 in division now all of a sudden?
Very difficult to lay that number, even though the Saints look like a well-oiled machine. I don't want to lay it. Bill Butler saying, Jimmy, I'm telling you, the Saints are going to run for over 250 yards versus the Falcons. Moshe Bogart's already parlayed the Saints -12.5 and the over 59.5. Tablas Morales says Saints all the way. Mikey T says the Falcons killed my parlay last week, a bit baffled by their offense. Sometimes they look amazing and unstoppable, and sometimes they don't look so good. I agree with all of those comments there. If I had to make a play on the side, if I had to, I probably would take the Saints. But I don't want to do that with my money. With my money, I want to take the over 59.5. I know it's an extremely high over. What do you think about jumping on the over in this game, Donnie?
Yeah, look, I mean, the Saints usually can just name their number, right? And you need a team that's going to play along with that because it doesn't matter if the Saints go up against Jacksonville or the 1975 Steelers. They're putting up 30 points. It's just what they do. It's in a dome. Drew Brees, you say, boy, why can't you just – if they can get some pressure on Drew Brees, nobody gets pressure on Drew Brees. It's not because their offensive line, which is really good. It's because Drew Brees knows it's coming. 23's blitzing. 44 is the middle linebacker. Watch out for this blitz. Check, 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 kill. And there you go. Oh, they knew we were blitzing, and they just dumped it out in the flat for an 8-yard gain. So it's not about just let's bring the house against Drew Brees. He knows it's coming. Otherwise, everybody would just bring the house and get pressure and wreck their offense. That just doesn't take place. They're rolling right now, and it's hard to step in front of. But to your original point, when you look at the Falcons, outside of the Tampa Bay game, Giants 23-20, Washington a little bit higher scoring, but a 38-14, which wouldn't have gone over this total. Cleveland 28-16, Dallas 22-19. But those teams weren't going to be able to push the pace and say, where you really want to get Atlanta? How about if you get Atlanta down 21-10 in the second quarter? It's going to be the Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, Mohamed Sanu show out there. And we know from one thing that you like with an over team in New Orleans, Jimmy, they don't stop. They don't care. They're up 35 versus the Eagles. Oh, 4th and 2? 4th and 3? Let's go for it and throw a bomb touchdown right on their head. If the Eagles would have participated last week, you might have had 75 or 80 points in that game. Just lends the beat points. 2 dome teams, 2 really good quarterbacks, a ton of weapons out there, and not great defenses. I agree with you, Jimmy. Even though it's a division game, there should be points here.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.